You ever come across one of those ancient texts that just feels like total doom and gloom? Wars, disasters, empires falling? It's really easy to just write it off as old world pessimism. But what if we've been reading it all wrong? Okay, let's get into this.
Right, so we tend to look at these writings, especially when we're feeling a little down about the world. They're talking about massive temples being destroyed, societies in chaos, political upheaval. And yeah, it all sounds terrifyingly familiar. On the surface, it really does feel like a prophecy for the end of the world.
But here's where it gets interesting. What if these texts aren't actually trying to predict some distant, fiery apocalypse? What if instead they're handing us a blueprint, a timeless pattern, to help us understand the chaos we see in our own lives right now?
And that is the absolute game changer here, rethinking what prophetic writing is all about. The point wasn't to be a crystal ball. Nope. It was to give people a lens, a way to see a recurring cycle in the ways civilizations rise and fall, so they could make sense of what was happening all around them.
So, what does this lens show us? Well, it's a simple but really powerful three-part pattern. It breaks down all that complexity into just 3 stages. You've got order, then disorder, and then finally reorder. Let's see how this whole thing works.
So first up is order. These are all the impressive systems we build that feel like they're going to last forever. Then, boom, disorder hits. That's the inevitable collapse of those very systems. And then, out of that mess comes reorder, the chance to build something new, something better from the ground up.
All right, let's dig into that first stage, order. This is the world as we often know it, the world of the impressive, the powerful, the stuff that seems completely permanent.
Think about it. You've got those disciples in the ancient story just staring in awe at the massive stones of the temple. That thing was built to scream power and permanence. And we do the exact same thing today, don't we? We marvel at our own temples, our huge institutions, our economies, our tech, and we totally believe they're going to be around forever.
But here's the catch. No matter how impressive they look, these man-made systems are fundamentally fragile. The source material just nails it. They're made of sticks and straw. They might look solid, but they were never designed to actually last. In a way, they're built to fail.
And that, of course, leads us right into the second stage, disorder. And the key here is that this isn't some shocking plot twist. It's just the next expected part of the cycle.
So we really shouldn't be shocked when these systems start to decay, when corruption sets in. It's as natural as rust showing up on a brand new car, or today's amazing technology being old news by tomorrow. It's just what happens. Everything humans build eventually comes apart.
And this gets to the very heart of why disorder feels so terrifying to us. It's not the collapse itself that's the problem. The problem is that we put all our faith into things that were never meant to be permanent. As the quote says, the real trick, the deception, is when we put our faith in the temporary. We aren't tricked when things fall apart. We were tricked into believing they never would.
But after all that collapse, after the old order crumbles, we get to the most hopeful part of this whole pattern, the reorder. This is where real opportunity starts to bubble up from the chaos.
And the reorder isn't some pie-in-the-sky utopia that we just have to sit around and wait for. No way. It's an active invitation, right here, right now. It's our chance to stop trying to patch up the old, crumbling walls and actually start building something new, on a completely different, much stronger foundation.
And we're not just talking about some abstract concept. The vision for this new order is super concrete, as you can see. It's about real, tangible stuff. Lower infant mortality, people living long and healthy lives, having safe homes, workers earning a decent living, enough food for everyone, a world where you don't have to hurt someone else just to get by.
So all of this, it really boils down to a fundamental choice. You can think of it as a choice between 2 kinds of building materials, sticks or bricks.
On one side, you've got the temporary stuff of the old order, all built on sticks and straw. And on the other, you've got the opportunity to build something new, something that lasts, with solid bricks.
And when you put them side by side like this, the contrast is just wow. You've got the old order, all about projecting power with impressive stones that are ultimately just sticks and straw, and then you have the new reorder, focused on creating lasting peace and true justice, built on a foundation of faith, love, mercy, and grace. So in the end, this pattern isn't just something to sit back and observe. It's a choice that's put right in front of all of us. Are we going to keep pouring our energy and our hope into the flashy systems that are destined to fall apart? Or are we going to start picking up the bricks and help build something that's actually designed to last?
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. As you look around at the world today, our economies, our political systems, our societies, ask yourself, what is it all built on? Is it sticks and straw, or is it bricks?